Welcome, Podcast Day 5, Special Edition. What a day. So today, as you guys see, Special Edition. Well, what does Special Edition mean? Well, let me tell you what Special Edition means. Holy crap, you guys can't see me all day. Let me go see if I can't fix this lighting. Holy shit. You can't see me at all. Does that make it better? Maybe a little. Open the curtains up. Maybe this helps. Who knows? So, special edition podcast today. We're going to be going over some stuff with the NHL. We've got a lot to go over. Number one, the NHL playoffs start today. Holy crap! Still can't see me. This is the horrible part about doing this. Sometimes is my lighting absolutely sucks. Maybe you guys can see me better now. Hey, there we are. So special edition NHL playoffs are starting tonight. Everything kicks off tonight. With, I believe, let's see. Who kicks off tonight? Tonight, the Jets and Blues will kick off tonight, as well as the Avalanche and Stars. So that's going to be a big one to see. Also, kicking off tonight, let's see. We got Avalanche and Stars, Blues and Jets. Tomorrow, everything will officially really start getting underway for the NHL playoffs. Devils and Canes in the first round. Senators and Leafs. Wild and Knights. And then a bunch of game ones on Monday. Canadiens, Caps. Blues, Jets game 2. Avs and Stars game 2. Oilers and Kings game 1. So everything will start really getting going here. So let's talk NHL brackets, and we'll get talking through some series as well. So let's go over. We'll start. What conference do we start with today, Battle? What conference are we starting with first? East or West?
We going to the West first.
West. All right. So we'll start high and we'll work low. So we'll start in. We'll start with divisional. So we'll start with divisions. So we got the Jets and the Blues, Stars, Colorado. So D1 versus Wild Card 2, D2 versus D3. The Jets won their division. That was pretty good. They also won the conference. Are they placed in the conference first in the Western Conference? So what we'll see is we'll see the Jets take on St. Louis, who barely squeaked into the wild card round. I mean barely. They're the second seed for the wild card. So that'll be an interesting series. Dallas and Colorado. I'm looking to see Colorado come out of this. I'm looking to see potentially St. Louis and Colorado round 2. I don't know what Battle's thoughts on that one are. I don't know what Battle's thoughts are on that.
All I can say is with Dallas, it's not looking too hot for them right now. They gotta step it up.
They just got Tyler Seguin.
I see. I think that's the thing. I was just reading through a review, and I don't know how to pronounce his name, but basically, if they don't play consistent, they're gonna get crushed.
Well, and that's just how Dallas plays. It's the same thing with Vancouver. Vancouver chokes. Which is why when you look at the playoff bracket, guess what team I don't see? The Vancouver Canucks. We go to the bottom of the Western Conference. We'll start with the LA Kings, the Edmonton Oilers, D2 and D3, Division 2, Division 3. I personally, Edmonton got seated where they're supposed to be. And actually, realistically, if we go back and we look at the standings and stuff like that, with how that went, I really think Edmonton should be either higher, maybe higher than LA, maybe LA and Edmonton switch, but to get locked in a series with LA with a team that made the Cup final last year, this could be a good series to watch. My favorite series, one of my favorite series I'm going to like to watch, Pacific Division champions, the Vegas Golden Knights versus the Minnesota Wild. I'm going to enjoy watching this. They play tomorrow, so I'll be watching this one 6 p.m. tomorrow, Central, Knights and Wild. Knights get home ice advantage to start. And they will finish the series either at home or depending on how the series goes. They could finish it anywhere. We hope that that they try and take this 5 games minimum, maybe. Not saying a 4-game series, but I'm saying this series is going to be contested. It's going to be a very, very high playoff series. High scoring.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. As I've been reading, I've been seeing some scores of 5-4, maybe 6-5 also. Yeah, the Knights are going in at a pretty good record. Let me see, I can pull that up.
Yeah, the Knights Vegas has been on fire, right? They they lost to Calgary, but they won against Vancouver to kind of end it. They beat Vancouver 4-1. We talked about that on day 4, right? Knights beat Vancouver 4-1.
Right.
And actually, here's what I didn't realize about that game is I just found this out. During that game, Cole Schwindt, or maybe I don't think actually we talked about this game at all because I think this game happened the day of the podcast. So yeah, Vegas beat Vancouver, and that game swept the season series 4-0 for Vegas, and we have a first NHL goal alert for a certain Vegas Golden Knight. Golden Knights winger Cole Schwindt got his first NHL goal off the empty net. In my opinion, not the way I would want to get my first NHL goal. But Vegas won out the last game of the season, put up a fight against Vancouver. Vancouver led first. So that's definitely big for Vegas. As they enter a lot of guys in the lineup. They rested some guys during practice these next I believe today. But I did see something that said Cassie says this team's ready, they're healthy, they're coming, they want it. So we're going to see Vegas absolutely come out here and want to win this. And actually here are some activations from Vegas. They've got looks like they brought up Cole Schwindt. Jonas Ronenberg is up. they're starting to bring some of those guys into the lineup so that way they can have a little bit more of a variable lineup. I think that is what they're looking for. They want people that they can put in their lineup that are quick and easy to go. They bring up Jonas Ronenberg. He does pretty good. They bring up Cole Schwinn. He gets his first NHL goal. We're looking really good here. So I'm expecting Vegas to be putting up a fight in this series, and I'm gonna wanna see this. I don't know what the season series looks like against Minnesota. You'll probably find out. I don't think last time. Let's see, when's the last time they played Minnesota? So Vegas swept the series against Minnesota, beating them 3-2, 4-1, and 5-1. So if you're watching this at home and you're wondering how's this series going to look, Vegas has swept the season series against the Minnesota Wild this year. Vegas, record-wise, Vegas was 6-2-2 in the final 10 games of the series. The Minnesota Wild were 5-3-2. Vegas comes in being a 900 or having a 900 save percentage for the goalies entirely as a group. 961 goals against average as a team versus 288. A 903 save percentage. 6 shutouts a piece for both teams between Samsonov and Hill. And Gustafsson 5 shutouts. Fleury has 1. Records 50-22-10 for Vegas, 45-30-7 for the Minnesota Wild. So, Battle, I'm not sure what you're thinking on that.
All I can say is going to be absolute cinema when it all goes down from here.
I want to highlight goalies. I'm not sure you're looking at this like I am. You might be looking at this like I am, but I'm looking at this right now. And the starting goalies for Vegas, these are the records compared to the starting goalie for Minnesota being Philip Gustafsson and the starting goalie for Vegas being Adin Hill. We're looking for Adin Hill. This is Adin Hill's record. Win-loss in OT. 32-13-5 for Adin Hill versus 31-19-6 for Gustafsson.
Right.
Gustafsson played more games. Fleury is 14-9-1, where Samsonov is 16-9-4.
Right.
And actually, I can tell you how many games they each played. Gustafsson played 58 games this season. Fleury played 26. And on the flip side of that, we have the Golden Knights, where Hill played 50 games. Samsonov played 29. And Akira Schmid, who is still called up, played 5. Vegas has a 3-goalie rotation. Do we want to run down lineups? If you're looking at this, I don't know if you are. We can run it.
I'm trying to look in. Also, another thing. Let's see. I'm looking at this article here. Let's see. With Kaprizov.
Kaprizov.
Kaprizov. Capri-Sun.
Yeah, so that's actually his nickname. That is actually his nickname. I think I think that was Fleury's doing. Capri-Sun, yeah. Kirill Kaprizov. I've seen him before. I saw him.
The Mitch. Yeah. He's going to be back in the mix.
Yeah, Kaprizov back in the mix after being out for a little while. He played 41 games this season. He hasn't really been there a lot for Minnesota. 25 goals, 31 assists, 56 points this season. He's a plus 19. He can't be any worse than Nyquist, who's, a minus 24. I want to know how you got minus 24 when you have 17, when you have 28 points, 11 goals, 17 assists in 79 games.
Yikes.
Now, Minnesota, and what I'm looking at here in the Minnesota lineup is they don't have a lot of people that played a lot of games. There's only 3 people that played 82 games this year. Frederick Gaudreau,
right.
Marco Rossi, Matt Boldy. Rossi, Boldy, and Kaprizov are the real power forwards that they got to look off that they got to look for, especially for Vegas. Kaprizov has 25 goals. Boldy's got 27. Rossi's got 24.
Right.
So we gotta.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
They're the power forwards here, and now.
Yeah. With Kaprizov back in the mix, usually Minnesota's winning percentage balloons more to 61%. But looking at the Vegas side too, I know they're more equipped to shut down usually any kind of star player. Like I know with Jack Eichel on the defensive front.
Yeah, he's pretty conservative.
And they have the rest. Aiden Hill too, so.
Yeah. On that side, Jack Eichel, 77 games, 94 points. He almost broke 100. 28 goals, 66 assists. He was a plus 32 this season. He's looking good. There's only I'm only seeing 3 people that really played. Same thing over here from Vegas side, only 3 people. McNabb played 82 games. And Dorofeyev and Kolesar played 82 games this season. With the additions of Holt, Schwint, Rondenbeer coming up with Korzak and Hutton now being in the mix, and bringing up Schmid, Vegas is going to start looking here like an actual well-oiled team. I mean, Schmid, 944 save percentage. He's 2-0-1, 2 wins, an OT loss. He's doing pretty good. I believe he started the last 3 games of the season. So he did pretty well. We saw, I believe, Samsonov play one more game. I think Samsonov played against, I believe Samsonov was in net versus Vancouver. But, and a lot of these guys are guys that Vegas especially is going to look to shut down, especially Marco Rossi. The other thing to be aware of is exactly what happened last year just before the playoffs to Minnesota. If anybody remembers correctly, like I remember this, Vegas and Minnesota go into an overtime scenario, and we had seen this a couple times where they were pulling goalies in overtime to kind of force a 4-on-3. They pulled the goalie in overtime. John Marchessault iced it, with the OT winning goal. So I think what we gotta do is we gotta play to the point where we don't force them to pull the goalie. Try and eliminate a goalie pull for them. We know that they're gonna send out Kaprizov or Boldy when they pull the goalie. And they're going to try and pull the goalie when Kaprizov's on the ice. So what we do is we eliminate the need to pull the goalie. And by eliminating that need, that means Vegas has to score. And we have to score fast. I'm looking at this, and I'm just gonna go back to the most recent game, March 25th versus Minnesota, 5-1 win for Vegas. Eichel had the hat trick. And Marcus Johansson was the only goal for them. So, and here's what I'm looking at. They did pull the goalie. They're going to pull the goalie in weird scenarios. It was 3-1 when they pulled the goalie. They're down by 2. They're going to pull the goalie. We know that because they did it. Tanner Pearson had the empty net goal. Jack Eichel still went back and scored to then force a 5-1 win. So if we score more, like we go up by 4 and, keep it limited in the third period, we can eliminate their goalie pulling ability because we know that they're a team that loves to pull the goalie. They love to pull the goalie. They love to get their special guys out there, the guys that they know are going to do their job. They love to try and get those guys on the ice. So eliminating them. So now Battle, what series are you most looking forward to here?
Let's see. Are we still in the West, right?
We're gonna go over to the East. I'm gonna list the Eastern Conference series. We got Toronto, Ottawa, Tampa Bay, Florida. The battle for Florida.
Battle of Florida. That's the one I'm actually interested in.
Yeah, the Battle of Florida. Tampa Bay versus the Panthers. Washington, Montreal, and Carolina, New Jersey. Battle
All
is.
I can say for the Florida game is whoever wins that one, they're gonna be in the finals. Mark my words.
Yeah. Okay. So you're thinking one of the Florida teams. So I saw something earlier.
Yes.
Frank Cervalli was saying Vegas, Florida, Stanley Cup final. Vegas and the Panthers.
Heck yeah.
Vegas and the Panthers in the final again. Don't get me wrong. I would love to see that. I think that'd be great. I think Vegas could do it again. I think Vegas could beat Florida. I mean, we saw what happened last time to Florida. Game 5 at home in Vegas. Boom. They win quickly. Vegas had the home ice advantage to start. And Florida ended up choking it. So I think there's some things to watch out. I think that one's going to be an interesting series to see. And then Washington, Montreal, Alex Ovechkin, right? He's coming in off of. He's coming in. We're looking. What's he going to do in the playoffs? He broke the goals record this year. So let's see what they can do. Washington 51-22-9 on the season. Versus 41-31 and 40-31-11. For Montreal. Now Montreal also has a higher goals against average. Because they average 3.18 goals a game. Both the Capitals goalies are pretty stacked. Logan Thompson had a really good year with the Caps, 31-6-6. Lindgren was 20-14-3. Let's not forget though, Montreal barely made the playoffs. Barely. They lost. Yeah. In their last 10, they lost 3 out of their last 5. They won 6 games in a row, tanked for 3 games, and beat Carolina 4-2. They lost to Ottawa, Toronto, and Chicago. And they lost in the shootout to Chicago. That's what's even worse. Capitals gain home ice advantage to start. The Capitals took the season series 2-1, beating Montreal 6-3 and 4-2. But Montreal won on January 10th, 3-2, and I believe one of the two goal scorers on there was not Alex Ovechkin. I'll tell you that much. Chychrun and Ehlers were the two scorers, and Ovechkin didn't even make the score sheet. So key players to be aware of going into this to this series. And I'm just gonna name them: Cole Caulfield, number 1, Cole Caulfield. Number 2, Nick Suzuki, and number 3, Lane Hudson. He had 28 goals. Get this, he beat Cole Caulfield this year. Cole Caulfield had actually, I think. Let's see, Lane Hudson. What did Lane Hudson have this season? I think. How many? Let's check this. Cole Caulfield. How many goals did Cole Caulfield have this season? 37. Cole Caulfield this season, right? Now, what I said. Lane Hudson. Lane Hudson probably. Lane Hudson tanked. Lane Hudson tanked this year. So Lane Hudson is a rookie, and he didn't do half bad this season. He had 66 points this year. 66 points, 60 assists, and six goals. But he beat out Caulfield for assists. But they were 2 away point wise. So yeah, Cole Caulfield, 37 goals, 33 assists. So again, these two gonna have to be aware of them. You know, they're gonna be players that are going to be big threats for the Washington Capitals. And not just Ovechkin either. We already know that Alex Ovechkin is going to be, we already know Alex Ovechkin is going to be somebody to watch out for. This season proved it. 894 goals this season. Obviously, you got to watch out for him. But there's also other players that I don't think the Capitals are going to take into account. So I want to, before we get back into playoff stuff, I saw this thing, not just this, Matt Martin retired, number 1. And number 2, for the Canadiens, Savard's retiring. Is there just some mass retirement thing that I'm missing? I think this is the most retirements I've seen in a little while.
Yeah.
Savard retiring. What the hell? What the hell just happened? And a lot of people. Matt Martin, I saw a video of his retirement. Alec Martinez, Pat Maroon, Logan Couture. The only person that hasn't shown signs of retiring, Alex Ovechkin. Ovechkin declared that he will play another year again. So in the comments, right now or whenever, Put in the comments, what year do you think Alexander Ovechkin will retire? So put it in the comments. What year do you guys think Alexander Ovechkin will officially announce his retirement? My guess? Next season. I think he wants 900. And he's not far away from it. Never. Never is crazy. Never is crazy. I think Ovechkin's got to retire at some point. At least at some point. But I think Ovechkin will probably retire next season. I mean he's what, 37, Battle? What is he, 37, I think? So I think watching him retire is gonna be kind of funny.
Who are we talking to?
Live. Podcast day. So I think Alexander Ovechkin retiring will be hilarious. That'll be funny to watch. Fine. You know what? I'll make you a deal. No empathy. I'll make you a deal. Because I know you. I know who you are. The day Alexander Ovechkin retires, we'll be watching the game together. Got it? Watch the game together, and I'm gonna turn to you and I'm gonna tell you I told you so. I'm gonna see what he's. I'm gonna tell you he told you so. Now here's another series that I'm gonna take a laugh at. Right, we know Carolina and New Jersey is gonna be a good one. Let's talk about everybody's favorite first round exit. Yeah, sure. Let's talk about everybody's favorite first round exit. Can anybody guess who everybody's favorite first round exit is? Comments, Battle. You can Battle. Who is everybody's favorite first round exit?
The Winnipeg Jets.
Oh,
JETS, just end the season.
Just. You know what? For a team that won the President's Trophy, they're sure gonna get out in the first round. Obama? No, Obama's not everybody's favorite first round exit. I'm talking about the Toronto Maple Leafs. Obama. That might be one of the best comments I've seen in a while. Obama. I think no. You know what? Toronto. Let's talk about Toronto. The Senators better beat the Ottawa Senators. Better beat the shit out of the fucking Toronto Maple Leafs. They better. I will not accept it any other way. That is final. I don't want to see the Toronto Maple Leafs ever make the second round again. Last year, the Toronto Maple Leafs made the second round, and what did they do? They still fucking choked. A Canada team has not made Empathy, shut up. A Canada team has not made a Stanley Cup playoff appearance, the finals, nonetheless, the finals, in 30 years. Or they haven't won a cup, because Edmonton's a Canada team. They haven't won a cup in 30 years. I saw that today. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't think in my time of living right now I'm ever gonna see one again. Empathy's like it sounds like the same time it'll take me to find a girl.
Jesus.
That'll never happen. So I think today successful number one, and can't wait to watch the Stanley Cup playoffs. So signing off here. We'll see how the Stanley Cup playoffs end. We'll check back in maybe I think Wednesday. We'll check back in. We'll see how the Cup playoffs are going. So Empathy now finally decides to join us. In case you guys are wondering, he finally decides to join us. Even though he's supposed to actually be in here, he's in the chat. And he's finally in here. That's me. He's finally in here. So, overall, I think the Stanley Cup playoffs are going to be something to watch this year, and let's get after it. Come on, Vegas, we got to win this. So I will we'll check back in on Wednesday.
Awesome.